Good morning, Sam. It is Thursday, December 23rd, 2021. Today, I am cooking these Cornish hens. I'm really not sure how to do it. I have never cooked a Cornish hen before, but I'm gonna cook them and I'm gonna find out if I can. The way we decided to do it this year is that we're gonna do dinner on the 23rd and the 24th, and then on the 25th, we're just gonna have leftovers from the 23rd and the 24th so that not a lot of cooking has to happen then, making the stress load just a lot easier. So it turns out I didn't have quite everything I needed. So, headed to the grocery store to pick up some lemon and rosemary. We should be good to go. I don't know what's going on. I just pulled up to the grocery store and there is a line of people all the way down the block trying to get in. So I'm gonna go to a different grocery store. Rosemary and lemon in there. They are all set to go in the oven. We're gonna check in on them in 30 minutes. Sam, I'm so sorry to hear that your sister has COVID. That sucks. And you mentioned in your video yesterday that you didn't think anything good has come out of this pandemic, or at least you didn't think that toward the start of it. And I was thinking about that a lot, and I think, at least for me, there is some good that's come out of it. You mentioned it wasn't useful to look at silver linings. I think it is. I think that there's something inherently beneficial about being able to look at what you're drawing out of a situation, even if the situation doesn't work out. That there's still lessons that we're learning from things even when they suck. The pandemic has shown me what my priorities are. Essentially, having all of the options stripped away has caused me to reflect on what things I actually miss and what things I don't miss. It's not everything. I've had a chance to reflect on what makes me happy. Family and friends are toward the top of that list. They make me extraordinarily happy and I want to spend a lot of time with them. I realize how much I miss being in a long-term relationship and how much I want to have that back in my life. I've discovered in myself this sort of extroversion that I didn't realize was there, that not being around people actually makes me really sad and I want to spend more time around people. So I'm making efforts in my life to spend more time doing that. And also, life wasn't necessarily perfect. We got cut off mid-sophomore year. Sophomore year was kind of terrible. I was recently looking at my report card for that year and it was awful. It was the worst of any semester I've ever had. There were a lot of downs. There were a lot of lows. There were a lot of really low points. And our brains have a great way of kind of forgetting all of those major lows and instead focusing on the high. But I think there's a great disparity between happiness in retrospect versus happiness in the moment. Because momentarily, I can be doing something that's not very fun, but when I look back on it, I see it fondly. And the opposite is also true, where I can be doing things that I think are really fun and really enjoyable, and when I look back on it, all I see is the darkness, and all I see is the things that I really didn't like. So I want to be wary of the mental games that my mind can play on me, but also just noting that I think I'm a better person because of this. I think I've spent more time reflecting on myself because of this pandemic. I think that I'm closer with my friends. I think I'm closer with my family. I think I'm more intentional about how I spend my time. It's also highlighted the fragility of life, that things can just end. And I think that's helped my decision making in terms of thinking about how I want to spend my time. Pre-pandemic, I was really considering spending 10 years in LA trying to climb the ladder of working in Hollywood. Now I've come to the decision that that's not where I want to allocate my time and resources, and instead I want to do what I want to do now and figure out the steps that I need to take to build my own film business. I guess what I'm saying is, well, there are really bad parts about it, and there's things that really, really suck. I think I'm a better person because of it, and for that, I'm thankful. I should have set a timer on those chickens. Alrighty, the Cornish hens are done. I think they look good. Sam, I hope you're feeling better. I hope your sister's feeling alright. And I'll see you tomorrow.